So this one was interesting, wasn't it? We had a game at Blackpool. We travelled up there on the coach. It's around about a 5-hour drive, right up north, right where you don't want to be, you know, spending your winter days. It was cancelled at 1:30. I think there was the first pitch inspection, and then at 2 o'clock there was another pitch inspection. We're all sitting on the coach outside the stadium, all raring to go after a long old drive, and we read a tweet and it says, yeah, game off. So that was absolutely brilliant. I obviously was there for the club and I was fuming, so you can only imagine what that would have been like for people that paid like over £100 in train ticket returns, and obviously it was just not the place where you want to go and have your game postponed in by any means. So that was not a fun time. The way back was just the worst because you're just there for like 4, 5, 6 hours. Can't remember how long the drive was. Just sort of like, right then, well, that was a waste of a day. But it wasn't so bad, you know. I was with a lot of Charlton fans, with my mum and dad as well in the back. But nothing has come out yet as far as reimbursements or a rearranged fixture is concerned. Blackpool's fault, really. You know, 2 o'clock to check the pitch on a Saturday when the kickoff's at 3. Apparently, I've heard as well the kickoff could have happened a couple of hours later, maybe even the following day, so people that wanted to stay up there could have stayed up there. But whatever, it's been rearranged. We'll take a positive out of it. So we'll move on to the transfers now, which is a very, very good bit of news. Sullay Kaikai, eh? He looks like a very good player. Crystal Palace winger, can play left mid, right mid, and apparently up front as well. He is now part of a attacking line or an attacking four that will rotate. That consists of Motherboard, McGuinness, Fosu, Kaikai, Reeves, Ahern Grant, Marshall, Zyro, and if you want to include Hackett Fairchild, couple of goals in the Johnston Paint or whatever it's called these days as well. He is about as well. So that's sort of 8, 9 players that are very, very solid that we have now got to rotate between, which we didn't see at the beginning part of the season. Unfortunately though, Marshall was injured. I think he was the player that didn't travel or either travelled and wasn't available for selection. And I think Carlum's actually going to start, which is interesting, but I think that the positive that we can take from this is that Sullay Kaikai will now be able to start the next game, which is good news. He won't have to miss this fixture in a sense. Ezri Konsa, our young, youthful, promising centre-back. He has a lot of interest, doesn't he? He's got Everton on his case, he's got Brighton on his case, I think among other teams like Liverpool and Arsenal and whatnot. I personally just don't feel like he's going to go this window. I feel like he obviously will go at some point unless he really drops off in form. People obviously keep an eye on him. He's one of the best centre-backs outside the top flight. Young English defenders as well, that boosts his price a little bit. But yeah, I just think that we're going to keep hold of him, and I could be completely wrong. In 2 days, you could watch this video back and think, shut up, mate, you're talking rubbish. But it is a possibility that we could keep him. I just don't see how at this point in the window we're going to have a replacement ready. Robinson's already said that our replacement, if he had gone earlier, has already gone in himself. So a right-footed centre-back, this stage in the market, is he going to be good enough? If Konsa goes, I don't know. We're going to be left with, if we don't sign anyone and Konsa goes, we're going to be left with 3 left-footed centre-backs, Lennon, Pearce, and also Sarr. You never know, but I hope that we do keep him. I think we might keep him for one more little half a season, and then we'll see what happens. Takeover, whatever else. Speaking of the takeover, I don't think there is much that's budged on that really. We've still got the sort of hypothesised rumours that 1, he's misvalued the club, 2, there's 2 consortiums that still are going to take it over at some point between now and the end of the season. We've got Murray who's come out and said February. I think we should probably leave it until February before any sort of protests take place. I'm not sure how that's all going to materialise, but I just think, in fact, I think leave it till the end of the season personally, because he's clearly said that he's going to sell at some point between now and the end of the season. That's the timescale, the longest timescale we've been given. If it then went on longer than that, then I think it's time to protest and whatever else maybe. But I just think that we don't want to give him a reason to be annoyed or to screw us over even further when it's clearly sort of going on. Obviously, January hasn't been brilliant, losing Ricky, but we've just signed Kaikai, signed Mavadidi, and we've signed Zyro. So technically, we're 2 players up. Might be lone players, but for this part of the season, we're 2 players up. And then if the takeover happens, we'll obviously potentially have a new budget. We'll have more leniency in that department. So I just think let's just leave it a little bit until we know what's happening. But I don't know, people will probably disagree with me on that. I just think there's always that danger of sort of just irritating him a little bit more, which might have a negative effect on the procedure. I don't know, but anyway, that's the latest pretty much on Charlton news. We've got some good fixtures coming up. We've got Oxford at the weekend. I'm going to be taking over the Snapchat story, I believe, again. So make sure you go and add CAFC official on Snapchat. Obviously, the Valley Pass vlog won't be up from the away game game at Blackpool because it didn't happen. But the next game I will be vlogging, so we'll see a vlog from the Oxford game at home and we'll see a Snapchat story. Then there's potentially the Doncaster away game I'll also be on Valley Pass for. Not sure how it's going to work yet. But thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave your comments about all the sort of Cheltenham gossip, any new transfers you want to get in. Do you think Konsa's going to go? Leave all your thoughts and opinions, and the Blackpool game as well. How did you think that went down? Was that a bit wrong? Leave all your comments down below. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe if you are new around here, and I'll see you next time. Sweet!